start?
Why not?
Star girl.
All right, thank you. Oh, this isn't on, right? I don't know. Power. This? Hello? Hello? Oh, took a minute. Hello? Jesus. It's a revival. Move up, people. Come on. Don't make me beg for it. It's 10:45 in the morning. I don't know why I have two panels at 10:45 in the morning. It's 7:45 in the morning, my time in LA. I'm like, seriously, dudes? You can't give me like a nice 2 p.m. panel? But I really appreciate you guys coming out. I'm Maile Flanagan. That's how you say my name, Miley. Like Miley Cyrus, but not as reckless. I will get naked, get on a wrecking ball in a minute, but we're gonna hold off on that until it's 11. She's a nice girl. She lives pretty close to me, but in a much nicer home. Because anime does not pay like Miley Cyrus. And thank you for dressing up. You two are the winners. No offense to you, but I don't give a shit about that show. Winner, winner, loser. Winner. I'm not sure about the chef hat. I don't know what's going on there.
It's a meme.
It's a meme?
It's a meme.
What meme? It's 2 in the morning to be high, right? What are you talking about? Can you tweet it to me? Because I have no idea what you're doing.
Definitely. I will definitely show you Filthy Frank so you can be aware of
I'm on Twitter.
All right.
So contact me on Facebook. I will decline you. Rapidly.
I will make a Twitter specifically for you.
You will?
I definitely will.
Okay. At Maile Flanagan, spelled weird. Oh, it's not up here. Program. I was at a convention in Shreveport, Louisiana last weekend. Yeah. Oh, wow, I was right. It was very small. The people were awesome. The food was great. Food's great here. I'm going to have a heart attack by Sunday if I keep eating the way I am. Not had a vegetable in a week and a half. Except for collard greens, which don't count because it's full of bacon and fat. I don't know what you people cook with, but I've had it and it's delicious. Thanks for wearing the headband. I like you, don't like you, the brother. Dad, turn that around. Mom, you're good. You not so good. Good hair. Good. Really good. Good. Look at me, I'm talking. It's 10:45 in the morning. You lined up outside to come in here. Come on. Don't text. You can film, I get that. Good, very good. Not so good, not so good. Good, I don't know what your character is. Good. You three. I don't know what you are. Who are you?
I'm Yuno from Black Clover.
Yeah, it's not Naruto, I don't know what it is. Don't care. Don't watch anime. I don't. People are like, you watch it? And I'm like, no, I don't know. I have no time to watch anime. A busy life. I have a busy, productive life watching sports and Law and Order. What do you want me to do? I gotta watch Detective Olivia Benson. And rewatch it, and rewatch it, and rewatch it. It's on 24 hours a day. Okay. So, I guess I have no moderator, so it means it's all me, which means you better ask questions, because if not, you're gonna hate me. Because I will just keep babbling on like I am right now. Which is a nightmare. And I doubt, hey, what's going on over there? What are you guys doing? What are you talking about?
We're top secret stuff.
Oh, really? Don't mind me, I'm just over here. Little congested from traveling, so if I cough, I don't need water. I always sound like I smoke 2 packs a day, which is fine. I don't smoke 2 packs a day, I don't smoke. But I get cast because I hate dudes. I can kill you. Come on, man. I'm right here. You can keep talking, as long as it's interesting lottery numbers. Keep talking. Give me a good bar to go to later on tonight. Yes. I like that he started it. Like I didn't say who I am, what I did, what my career is. I got an Emmy. Mic drop. But you know, just go ahead. Just you lead us off.
Do you prefer voice acting or I guess being in front of a camera?
On camera?
Yes.
Whatever pays me the most.
Believe it.
Believe it! She's got a Bloody Mary in that cup, by the way. Anyway,
Believe it.
I wish I did. But, y'all have bars in your conventions here. I love it. Fantastic. Haven't taken advantage of it. I do about 50% voiceover and 50% on camera. I was on Lab Rats. Anybody seen that? Yeah, good. For about 5 years, which ended, and I found out about it on Twitter. Thank you. He's like, it's over. They did 72 hours of Lab Rats on Disney XD. I was like, oh, I guess we're done. Thanks. It was an awesome gig. This is an awesome gig. I've done it for 14 years. Over 700 episodes, getting to an end, which I'm going to cry very hard, weeping, sadly. Make yourself at home. Come on in. Don't sit back there like something like that. I'm talking to you. Yeah, I am. Gosh. Oh yeah, so I do a lot of on-camera stuff too, like movies, crap. And now I'm on Naruto, and we just started Boruto. Yeah, I know nothing about it, don't ask me anything. I'm literally like, what's happening? Who? Who's that? All these new names, I don't know who they are. Shushimi, Sharami, I don't know. You tell me. I got some movies coming out. You'll have to watch them, they're independent. Which means we'll make no money, but it was fun. One's called My Babysitter the Superhero. I'm the babysitter and the superhero. And by that I mean I had a 15-year-old stunt double who did all the stunts. I'm not jumping up and down. Old. When I started Naruto, it was 14 years ago. I never thought I'd be here 14 years later. So I'm 85 now, which is incredible that I can still scream, Rasengan! Believe it! Ask me what my favorite line is. Believe it! Bradley?
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I remember. What's my favorite line? Ask me.
What's your favorite line?
Believe it! Ask me what my least favorite line is.
What's your least favorite line?
Believe it! By the way, we only said that for 18 episodes. Don't jump on my shit. I don't write the show. And people found it annoying. So they canceled the believe it part. About 2 years ago, they sprung on me, you know? I say, you know? At the end of lines a lot. Takapeo. Don't read the manga, don't have time. I was on a lot of TV shows for a long time. I'll do anything, really. If you give me a sandwich, I'll show up. If anyone has a sandwich, I'll eat it right now. Because, again, it's 7:45 in LA. All right, I guess I've said enough. Should I say more about my career, or do you guys want to ask questions, or how's this all work? Because there's no moderator, because they slept in, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Oh, there's some young people. I shouldn't have sworn. Sorry. Takabeo! Yeah.
Have you ever met the Japanese voice actor?
No.
That's awesome.
What? A feud with her? Oh no. Plus my voice is way more popular than hers. I'm just kidding. But I am the voice of like 50 countries and she's the voice of one. Oh! I love her voice. So the way it works, if you don't know, is we listen. I record by myself, everybody records by themselves, Sasuke, anybody in the show. Because it's dubbing, so we're trying to match our lip flaps to the cartoons because it's already done. And that's how you do anime and dubbing. In original cartoons, like all the stuff I do for Nick, I was on a great show called Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket. Anybody see it?
Oh, yeah.
It was really funny. I can't believe it was canceled because it was really good. But the way you do those are you sit, like it's almost like a play, and you sit in a big booth, like in a semicircle, and you record, and you're with each other. And then they animate it usually in like, now it's India, it used to be Korea or China, but a lot of it is in India now. And then like 8 months later, they ship it back to the US, and then you might have to tweak a few things, go back in. But the way you do anime is you don't get the script beforehand. You have to be a cold reader. So if you want to be a voice actor, and if you want to be a voice actor, and you want to do anime, this guy does, so give him a job. You have to be a good cold reader. So if you have dyslexia or reading issues, it's kind of that part of this career is kind of hard. Because you never get it beforehand, you read it, and then you watch your scene a little bit, and they'll say, I remember last time you were here, because it might have been a week ago, or whatever. They'll say you were in the middle of the, you were in the middle of the village, and there was a big explosion, and this, Kakashi told you this, or whatever. So you watch just your line or two, and then in your headphones, there are 3 beeps. So you watch it in Japanese, sorry, a line or 2 in Japanese, after they explain it a little bit. And then there are 3 beeps, beep, 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 and then there's an imaginary 4th beep, where you have to start talking. And that's when you say your line. So you watch the preview in Japanese, so I hear her voice all the time. You watch the preview, you look at the line, you watch the preview, and then they play it back. Beep, 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 and then you're like, that's my ninja way! I've said that 5,000 times. Sorry, 5 million times. I need to correct myself. But anyway, so I hear her voice all the time, and I think she's excellent. She's amazing. I met her once, sort of virtually on a video. She was in New York at Comic-Con. I was supposed to go, but because of scheduling issues, I wasn't able to go. So we kind of said hello to each other. They filmed us, and Japanese television came. They filmed me saying hi to her, etc. So, but I would love to meet her. I've met the creator or any of the Japanese actors. But one day. I've been to Japan, but it was a Comic-Con for the troops in Okinawa, which was amazing. I met like 900 soldiers in like an hour and a half, 2 hours, 3 hours. Apparently it's very, very big in the military. So that was kind of fun. All right, next question. Anybody? Yeah.
Who's your favorite character except for Naruto?
Well, the show's called Naruto. I'm kidding you. He said who's my favorite character besides Naruto. I always say Choji, because he eats a lot of food and I like food. Good enough, right? Yeah.
Who's your favorite voice actor to work with?
Oh, wow, to work with. Man, I've worked with, like, Mel Brooks, all you old people. I'm looking for the old people. There you go. He was a legend. I think he thought I was the coffee girl or something, but he was really nice. But, God, my favorite. I mean, with Naruto, we record alone. I love Yuri, who plays Sasuke, and Kate Higgins sounds like this. She's from Alabama. And she's hilarious. She vomited once in the booth, by the way. She was pregnant, it wasn't her fault. She was like, chop! Liam O'Brien, who plays Gara. We have a good time. They always send me like stupid crap that they find on Twitter, like a meme or whatever. It's like, this is you, and it's like my voice saying something horrible that someone's put to an animated thing. Like, I don't look at them much anymore unless I see them, and then I send it to them. I'm like, but the first thing I ever watched that somebody mailed me, and it was like, MySpace. Yes, I'm 9,000 years old. They sent me something, and it was my voice with Naruto's face saying, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. It was just over and over again. You wasted your day doing that, but it was fun. You should see it. I'm gonna send you some weird crap that's not appropriate for the little ones. Anyway, but I like them. Steve Bloom, who's here, is a good friend of mine. He's not better than me, man. Back off. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. He's a very, very good friend of mine, and I think he's extremely, enormously talented. Tom Kenny, who's another friend of mine, SpongeBob. Hilarious, has a band. Great singer, great fun. His wife is equally as talented and amazing, Jill Talley. She's on a lot of shows. Check her out. She's not here I think she's here just for fun. She probably lives here, but those are some of the people. I love anyone on The Simpsons. I did The Simpsons movie. I was cut out of it. Whatever. Could have made $1 million. Anyway, but I think it's a genius show. I think SpongeBob is genius. I did think Pig, Goat, Banana, Cricket was genius. I think it was in the wrong time slot because it was like an adult kind of show, and it was at like, I don't know, like 10 in the morning. So it kind of, I don't think it got the following it deserved. It was with Tom Wilson, who's hysterical. My friend Candy Milo, who played Astro Boy, and she's in 1,000 things. She can do any voice. It's really incredible. And then I did Jaker's The Adventures of Pig and Wings. I did that for 5 years. That was the one with Mel Brooks. He didn't record with us mostly, just a little bit. But it was with Tara Strong, who you all know, she's a genius. Charlie Adler, Pamela Adlon, you know who she is. She also created that show.
Better Things.
What is it?
Better Things.
Better Things, sorry, Better Things, yeah. She was also in Bobby and King of the Hill. Bobby and King of the Hill? What is it? Is that right? Yeah, Bobby, King of the Hill. I just doubled her voice, where I played a dog and did all of her barking and growling and drooling. It's a glamorous life, you people. I'm not gonna lie. 4 hours of barking like a dog. And she was too busy. But I got paid a lot of money, so who cares? All right, next question. Yes, sir. Oh, you. Yeah.
What is the strangest piece of merchandise that a fan has tried to get or sign?
Oh, what is the strangest piece of merchandise that someone had me try and sign? I'm gonna leave out body parts because it's a family show. Oh wow! I've signed a lot of tattoos, and I collect pictures of tattoos of Naruto, different characters. And I tweet them out. One day I'll probably get a new phone and I'll be arrested, but you guys will bail me out, right? GoFundMe, buck each. I'll get out, right? Probably body parts. Yeah. Nothing. I'm always amazed. People be like, these are Naruto songs. Or a wallet. I'm like, where do you get this stuff? Hot Topic, right? Sorry.
GameStop.
What is it? Was it?
GameStop.
Oh, GameStop. Yeah.
I sell it.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
There's one right by my house. I don't want to go in there. Like, hi, I play Naruto. They're like, no, you're an old lady. Get the hell out. That happened to me at Halloween. One of my drunken friends opened the door. And she's the voice of Naruto, because they were dressed like Naruto. And I'm like, don't say that. And an hour later, 35 kids showed up at my door. And then demanded that I show them that I was Naruto. And I'm like, I don't know, I'll do the voice. What do you want? I got nothing. I have socks. But it's always funny when I see people in the street in a Naruto t-shirt. I'm like, hey, I'm that guy, but I'm not gonna say it. Again, weird. All right, somebody else. Oh, I like your hat, so I'm gonna pick you.
Do you think Naruto would have been Hokage without the nine-tailed fox threat?
No. He asked if I thought Naruto would be the Hokage without the nine-tailed fox. No. I mean, come on, look at him. He ain't getting there. It'd be like if I was the Hokage. No one wants to see that. Believe it! Somebody else?
This is a non-Naruto question.
What?
After watching like The Office about 10 times through.
You realized I was Phyllis's sister?
Yeah.
Mm.
What was that like? Was it an in and out kind of thing, or did you get to meet and hang out with him at all, or?
Who's Steve Carell?
Any of them? Yeah, they're.
I went to college with Nancy Carell. She was my roommate.
Oh wow, really?
She stole my grandfather's alarm clock. We were broke in Minneapolis. I moved to Minneapolis with her, friends with her in LA. So I'm friends with Steve. I was in their wedding, Steve Carell.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I know Kate Flannery. So he wanted me to play that part of Phyllis's sister in the wedding episode, but all of my crap got cut out mostly. I did 8 days of filming.
Wow.
And actually, I was just talking about it last night because we saw Tom Kinney and his wife out for dinner, Jill. And when I was filming the episode, we filmed, they live near me, and Steve and Nancy live near me in Los Angeles, and in a nicer house, trust me. Anime don't pay. Not like The Office. Not like SpongeBob. But They were dropping off their little kid at preschool in that church where we filmed. There's a preschool there. And so I realized I haven't seen their kids since they were in preschool. And now one's in college and one's like 15 years old. So, yeah. I mean, it was fun. I just wish I had more stuff in it because I had more stuff to do in it, but the script was really long and then they cut it out. You never know what is going to end up on the air until you watch it. Like, I don't know. I've never seen the Boruto movie because it premiered in Dallas when I was in Dallas at a panel. So they were filming it, and I was like, but can I go over and watch it? And then they never gave me a copy of the movie, so I still haven't watched it because I'm like, I'm not buying it. Give me a copy. So I've seen what I did in the movie, but I've never seen the whole movie. So one day, I guess I should do that, right? Shouldn't I do that? It's good? All right. I like doing it, and it was really touching, I thought. Especially the resolution at the end. But, yeah, I haven't seen it, actually. My favorite Naruto movie is The Last, and I really love that movie. I thought the animation was spectacular. I wish I could meet the creator. I haven't met him, if you guys are wondering, no. But the animation in that movie, it's visually, it's just stunning, I thought. And a great story, too. Somebody else? In the yellow there?
I was just wondering, in season 1, what was probably your favorite episode of Naruto?
Season 1.
Yeah.
What happened in season 1? Oh, God. Season 1. You know, we didn't do it by seasons. So Netflix or Hulu, what's it on? It's on Hulu. We divide it differently, so I don't know what season 1 is, but I mean, I was just getting to know the character and do it. So I think I can't tell you, I don't know, the Chunin exams? Yeah. I think, probably. But people like, in season 4, like, I don't know what season 4 is. I'm 9,000 years old, I drink. I don't know. Yeah.
So
Wrong costume, but I'll acknowledge you.
So, kind of going back in time again, like when the show first started and it's getting really big in America, how did it feel knowing you were the one giving birth to this character that everyone was loving?
Giving birth to the character. I've not given birth to anything. I'm a dog. I got the part, I auditioned, and then I got called back and I went in front of 35 people or something like that. I don't know, 30 people. And in LA, we record, who are the old people here? Do you know who Frank Zappa is?
Yes.
One of the studios where we record is Frank Zappa's old studio. And the landlord was Mrs. Zappa, which I always thought was kind of cool because I was into it in high school. Don't remember that. But anyway, I went home and Googled it and I got like 100,000 hits. And I was like, what is this? So that kind of freaked me out. But the weird thing is, it's only grown since then, especially because of Netflix and Hulu. Like, when I first did it, it was kind of popular, but now it's like super popular. And I go all over the world and it's super popular. And by the way, everyone's the same all over the world, just with a different accent. But I don't know, it's okay. Sweden, New Zealand, Australia, Canada, whatever. They're all exactly the same, except for here we all have fatty food and southern accents, which I appreciate. And I'd like some soon. Yeah.
What is the, what was the most tongue-twisted name or dialogue that you had to do when you were recording? That you remember, it's like, oh my God, why can't I get this?
I have 1,000 tongue-twisting things, but 6 paths. Say that. Try it.
6 paths.
Now say it 15 times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. Next time on Naruto Shippuden, 6 paths. I had a nickel every time I said that. I always said, when I have to do that, next time on Naruto Shippuden, the way. I'm like, what does it mean? They're like, it doesn't matter, get out. Just don't suck.
Can you please say that again?
6, next time on Naruto Shippuden, Raleigh.
Can you say that?
idea
say it
what
with
the
the
hell
way
that
at the
is.
end. It's another meme.
What?
Say it with the way at the end. It's another meme.
Say the way?
Yeah, so next time on Naruto Shippuden, the way.
Okay.
Say that all again.
All right. Are you rolling?
Yes.
Next time on Naruto Shippuden, the way! 6 paths! Ultimate Ninja Storm 70! Again, I had $1. Shadow Clone Jutsu! I have said that 1,000,000 times. And then I'll say it 20 times in one episode, and then they'll make it. There's an episode where there were 500 clones. So I had to say it literally, like, no, I don't say it 500. Good guess. But I said it like 40 times, and then they just take it and multiply it. But I do have to record everything fresh, so I've done 42 video games. And so, you know, Rasengan! Giant Rasengan! Whatever else. I don't know. You just say it over and over and over again. It's a trip, but I drink. My favorite part about being a voice actor? The money. Thank you for asking. It's really fun. You get to do things you would never be able to do. You know, like, I mean, you know, who else goes to work and imitates a bubble for 4 hours? I don't know. I have done that. Or you're a pig. I was a pig for 5 years. It's just fun, and you know, as opposed to on camera where, unless you're the star of the movie or something, you don't have a lot to do and it's very slow. But in animation, it's very fast. And you get to go, I mean, you could be in space, you could be, I've been a bubble, I've been a pig, I've been a dragon, I've been a lizard, I've been a ninja. You know, it's crazy, right? So that's pretty fun. And you don't have to get in a makeup chair at 4:30 in the morning. That's also fun. Yeah, so I call everybody sir, so don't take offense.
If you had the opportunity to be recast as someone else in Naruto, what character would you want to play?
Why? I'm the lead! Why would I be recast? The answer is no. Choji. Because he likes to eat, I like to eat. Good enough. Yeah.
So, do other voice actors like ask you for advice often?
Yeah, I don't give it though, because then they take my jobs. No, yeah, they ask me. Like Amanda's playing Boruto, and I was just like, get ready! It's gonna be a long ride. There's gonna be a lot of clones. Good luck. Drink some water, I don't know. I don't have big advice, because look at me. Useless. In the blonde, sir. See, I told you I called everybody, sir. Do I ever, sorry? Do I ever slip into my Naruto character during the day? Believe it! Only when I fly with my arms behind my back. The coffee filter around my neck. No. I should go to 7-Eleven and be like, that's my Nindo, my Ninja Way! Can I have a Slurpee? Like, get out of here and call the police. All right, somebody else? In the way back.
Was it awkward or funny the first time you had to say sexy shadow clone jutsu?
Was it awkward or funny? A little of both. My first audition in Los Angeles for voiceover, I'd been doing it on camera, I did a lot of commercials. I had to go in a booth with a strange man, stranger to me. He's not a strange man, he's a short man though. And pretend to make love with each other for an audition to be in the background of Everybody Loves Raymond. Did not get the job. Because nobody wants to hear this. Ah! Yeah! That's good! Right there! It's a miracle I didn't get cast, isn't it? I've had so many awkward situations. I had to make out with one of my best friends at a play last month. That's weird. A lot of mints. Just say that. Somebody else.
What was it like being on Grey's Anatomy?
Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, I did 4 episodes. For some reason, I was like an X-ray tech, and then I was in a clinic drawing blood. I'm like, that doesn't really happen, but I'll take the money. It was great. TR Knight, you know?
Yeah.
I knew him when he was a kid actor in Minneapolis. I was in Minneapolis, and I worked as a casting associate for my day job. And he used to come in as a kid with his mom. And then he was like a superstar in Grey's Anatomy. And I'm like, this is weird. Can I have your money? But it was fun. It's very intense. The hours are very, very long. I did Shameless for 2 seasons, recurring part, 6 episodes over 2 years. And the hours are very, very, very long. I mean, these people, you wouldn't believe it. And they don't eat food because they have to look hot, sexy, and stuff. So it was fun, but that was the first season and the second season I did, I think, of that show. So it was very intense, and they got very hot very fast. So it was weird to see people you knew, like just to get to be like Steve Carell. Like all of a sudden he's just Steve, and then he's Steve Carell. You know? That's kind of weird. But it was good. People were nice. It's just on camera stuff is very, very, very intense. Like when I did Shameless, I have so much respect for Emmy Rossum and all those people that work on those shows, because honestly, she's there at 4 in the morning and leaves at 11 at night, and I'm not kidding. And you know, I asked her at one point after I'd done a couple of episodes, I said, do you eat food? Because she's naked all the time on the show, right? And she said, yeah, I eat on Sundays. And other than that, she's like doing protein shakes, and you know, it's crazy. And that's how Grace was too. But what a great show. I have so much respect for the creator of that show. Yeah.
Will you be returning to season 9 of Shameless?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Will you be returning to season 9 of Shameless?
No, I won't be back on Shameless. I mean, I guess the boss of the Cup Factory fired me. I don't know what happened. I think I should have been her best friend. No, I was supposed to go to Chicago and film, but then they changed some of that. So I filmed all my stuff in LA. But I got some great outfits. Yes. With the dark hair right there, yeah. Oh, I'll do the woman behind you and then you. Okay? Yeah.
Do you prefer on-screen acting or voice acting? And what are the pros and cons?
I don't prefer one over the other. You get to do more when you're doing animation. Just because, as I said, like, you know, if the movie, like I did Transformers 3? Darker the Moon, which one was that? 3? Okay, I did that. Anyway, I was on that for 10 days, and you could see me for a hot second.
Yep.
You know, and I had to drive like an hour and a half to get there. It was like 4 in the morning, and sit all day in a trailer. So that was great. Apparently that movie's about robots. I didn't know. They never gave me a script, and that's true. Michael Bay was like, hey, you know what the movie's about? I'm like, no, I have no idea. He was like, it's about robots, they fight each other, okay, go. I was like, all right, cool. But, you know, on camera it's gratifying because you get to meet people, and like Lab Rats for Disney was awesome. I love the kids on that show, they were terrific. And Disney is amazing, they can create anything. So it's kind of fun, you'll read a script and be like, there's no way they can pull this off. And they do. Like a monster truck drives in, and we had a real monster truck bust through a wall. And the whole, everybody within every show, within miles, came to see it because there was only one take. And the big truck came and it busted through a fake wall. Stuff like that happens, and that's kind of, Evan Almighty, I did. I was in Virginia for weeks and weeks and weeks, and they built an ark out of wood to, I guess, the biblical, like, whatever was written in the Bible. I don't read the Bible, clearly. Look at me. I'm not going anywhere after this, you guys. This is sad. They built the ark to biblical proportions, and it was wood, and there were real animals. You know, they were like, don't look the tiger in the eye because it'll kill you. You know, good times. So, I like them both. Whatever pays. And then the blonde woman, right, that you were in front. Yeah, what's your question? I can't hear you. Can you stand up? Oh, I'm sorry, I cannot hear you. There's a mic. Or
If you were to be in another genre of anime other than shonen, what it would be?
oh, thank you. My interpreter, Naruto. Here I am. Oh, wait a minute. If I were to be in another anime or genre, an anime genre or just anime? Both? Whatever paid me the most. I'm not picky, look at me. It's 10:45 in the morning. Gosh, I mean, this is such an iconic role that it's sort of hard to compare. I don't do other anime. I've done one episode of Astro Boy, and my friend Candy Milo is Astro Boy. She's awesome. She's a really good friend of mine. But I think actually when I started doing Naruto, they didn't really cast me in other stuff. For a while, I was so prevalent on Cartoon Network that I kind of wasn't doing other roles on Cartoon Network that much because they were really plugging this show. So my voice is kind of unique. You know, if you work at the DMV or whatever. But anyway, I don't know. I mean, I'd do anything really. There's so much creative content out there. It's amazing. I audition hundreds of times a year. Hundreds. I have 5 auditions right here that I have to do by Monday in my hotel closet. So, and it runs. It's all over the place. Those are voice auditions. And on Monday I'm recording some episode of some TV show I've never heard of. But it's not on the air yet, but yes.
How did you get into voice? How did you notice you wanted to get into voiceover? And that's and when y'all do auditions for voiceover, or that you with somewhere that you just record it and then just send it to them?
How did I know I wanted to get into voiceover and when I auditioned?
And when you were saying that you just have to do like 2 recordings, I guess by Monday. So when you audition, are they like, do you just like record it over your phone and then?
Right. Do I record it on my phone and then send it in? Okay. I'm trying to say that so people know what the question was. I didn't know I wanted to be in voiceover. Could somebody close that door or ask them to pipe down a little? Because it's hard to hear. Thanks. I didn't know I wanted to be in voiceover. I was on camera. I was in Los Angeles. I just moved there in 1996. I got agents for on-camera stuff. They came and saw me in a play, a funny play, Imagine. And they were like, you have a good voice. You should take classes and then get your demo done by this woman who is Sue Blue, who's amazing. And she plays the voice of, she was the original voice of Snow White. And she recorded me. And then she was also directing and casting, and she cast Jackie Chan and Men in Black, the series. And so my first 2 jobs were those 2 shows, within 1 week of each other. So I don't know which one was first, but those are my first jobs. And I played an old lady in one and a kid in another, and I do kids' voices mostly a lot, boys. And so that's how I started working. And then, it took a long time before I could quit my day job. I had a lot of jobs. I've done everything. I've been a maid, I've been a cook, I've done everything, every job. Trust me. And ones you don't want to hear about. And then when I record, I have a portable microphone that I bring, but I didn't bring it this time because I didn't want to pack it. But I have a booth in my closet. It's really glamorous. Surrounded by my clothes and my dirty clothes. It's really glamorous, you guys. Next time I get cast, I'll be think of me in a closet doing the voice of a pig with a pile of dirty clothes in my hamper beside me. It's kind of nice. But the acoustics are great. And so I have a mic that I just put in there on a stand and then I record it. In the hotel, this time I'll just do it on my iPhone, the voicemail feature, and then you can edit a little bit and then just send it in. Yeah. People have very expensive booths in their home, but I don't, because my closet works really well, and then I don't have to pay for a booth. So it's all win-win. Yeah. Oh, you already asked a question. I got to move to someone who has it. I'm sorry. Apologize. Yes.
So if you could be on any television show that's airing now, which one would you want to be on?
The one that makes the most money. I don't know, I've done a lot of TV shows. I did Modern Family. I'm a big fan of it. That was awesome. It was with Sofia Vergara. She talks like that in real life. For real. You're like, really? Wow. She's like, you missed a line. Like, you missed like 11 lines, Sofia Vergara. She was sick when she sneezed into her purse, which was $2,000. Anyway, I work with Melissa McCarthy, who I love. I auditioned for Saturday Night Live years and years and years ago. Casting person was eating a salad while I auditioned. Didn't go well, clearly, because I'm here. But I don't know. I mean, I like what I've done. I've done a lot of TV and worked with a lot of really cool, great, iconic people. I mean, there are my icons, like Carol Burnett, you know. I would love to just work with her. I love The Sound of Music. I did a one-woman Sound of Music for a couple of years all over the country. And then I met Julie Andrews, who asked me if I wanted some tea. I didn't, but I said yes. So when Julie Andrews asks you if you want some tea, do you want some tea, Miley? I'm like, yeah. What else you got?
We went to the women voiceover panel the other day.
Oh, the women in voiceover panel?
Yeah, you guys were amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I just wanted to ask, is the industry, I don't know if you experienced anything, but I know it's 2018, but is the industry as sexist, or has it ever
Is
been?
the industry as sexist as it was?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
Look at the reboot of, is it the Powerpuff Girls? They kept all the men and replaced all the women. Yes. And women's voices don't change, for the most part. I mean, when you get really old, like me, they do change a little bit. But, like, that astounded me. Because the women are still there in LA and they're alive.
Yeah.
So they kept like 2 of the guys and replaced all 3 of the Powerpuff Girls.
Exactly.
And I was just like, this is crazy. I was so mad. And Tara Strong being one of them, who's a good friend of mine.
My angel.
Yeah. And so it is, although animation isn't as sexist as like regular old on camera Hollywood. I would say that there are a lot more female creators, writers now than there used to be. But I will tell you, I have done probably over 100, 150 commercials on camera. I have never done one, I've done a lot. Like, do you guys have Jack in the Box?
No.
Yes or no? I did 6 Jack in the Box spots last year. I was on camera screaming, "We've got a Graving!" Great band. Anyway, I've done a ton of commercials in my life. Ton. And I have never had one single female director. And all the TV roles I've had lots and lots of them. I've only had one female director. Of those directors, I have had one person of color, or 2 people of color that have directed it. One is a guy from Lab Rats, Victor Gonzalez, who's awesome. And one is a woman named Millicent Shelton, who's African American. And she's got a terrific career. But that's awful. I've been a professional actor forever. And I've been working since 1996 in Los Angeles. To have one female television director is insane. So, yeah. I'm glad that they're fixing a lot of that. I hope, but it's a long process. Yes, sir.
What was your favorite? What?
It may not be on.
You can hear him.
I can hear you. Just, yeah.
What was your favorite moment when you were recording Naruto?
What was my favorite moment when I was recording Naruto? I always say this answer because it's kind of funny and it's fun. But there's a filler episode where I'm on a ship and I play 7 different versions of myself.
Yeah.
6 or 7 or 8, I don't know. And that was psychotic, which I enjoyed very, very much. And I had 420 lines. Pretty much it was just me. I usually record for 2-hour stints. Because, especially when you're screaming, after 2 hours it's kind of useless. Video games, I do about 3 hours of screaming. And then an hour of love drinking. And then, yeah, that was one of my funnest ones. I loved the first fight with Sasuke across the mountaintop thing. That was awesome. I love the stuff with Jiraiya. That was terrific. Those were some of them. I like the Pain arc a lot. Sai and all his freakiness, that was fun. Gaara, the episode where he's dragging himself along the sand, I thought that was great. I thought Liam O'Brien, who played Gaara, did a fantastic job. It was really fun. In the way back.
I was wondering which scenes affected you emotionally, whether they were death scenes or just one-on-one scenes between the characters.
Well, I said this in the Women in Animation panel, but pardon me, I'm a little congested. When I recorded, you know the episode where Naruto meets his mom, sees his parents? I recorded that episode a week after I lost my mother. And it was so hard. But it was so good, I think, because you draw from whatever you have. That was the most emotional scene ever. And I just had to redo that because I just did like episode number 700 and something, and I re-met my parents again and then had to say goodbye. It's like 708, 710, something like that. So that was, that's emotional. It's emotional stuff. Yeah. But it was good. It's good stuff. It sounds good. Yeah.
How frequently in your everyday, day-to-day life do people actually recognize you out in the streets? Say you're grocery shopping or something.
Well, in LA, it's weird because there are so many celebrities. The people don't kind of approach them, but it's more like when you go in airports.
Yeah.
I just see little 8-year-old kids or 10-year-old kids that come and they get closer and closer and closer to me. And just stare at me. And then all of a sudden they're like a foot away just looking at you. And I just, do you watch Lab Rats? They're like, yeah. But nobody really from Naruto. Mostly I'm in an Uber in some city or in LA. And they'll be like, where are you going? And I'm like, Raleigh, Shreveport, Toronto. And they're like, why? I'm like, a Comic-Con. And they're like, why? And they're always like, are you a writer? I'm like, no! I'm not a writer! I know I look like this, but I'm not a writer. I'm an actor, damn it. You ask Tom Cruise if he's a writer? And then I tell him I'm Naruto, and then they almost blow me off the road. So I'm like, I always go, wait, stop. Can I get a selfie? And I'm like, we're in LAX, I'm going to be killed, but sure. But yeah, it's young guys mostly that recognize me a little bit. They freak out and take their eyes off the road, drop me off at the wrong terminal. It's all worth it.
Do you do any celebrity impressions? If so, which one's your favorite?
I do a show in LA called The Mismatch Game. It's based on the Match Game. And I play Danny Bonaducci. I'm not good at celebrity impressions. I do... Whose voice did I used to do Rosie O'Donnell. I can't really do her that well. My friend does her really well. I double kids' voices a lot, but I can't take credit for it. I just get paid. So in a movie, you'll see it, but it'll be me doing all the crying and weeping and screaming. But we're not allowed to have our names on the credits. I do that quite frequently. I matched a little kid from, what was the movie about Peter Pan? What was it? Finding Neverland. I matched that kid in a movie because he grew up and his voice changed. So I had to match his voice for a movie when they did pickups 8 months later, or a year later, or something like that. But you're not allowed to say that, which I did. Put that on YouTube, thanks. Get me fired.
Do you get paid though?
Yeah, I get paid.
Okay.
Yeah. But I didn't tell you the movie, so we're safe. Keep taping. Anyway, I guess when I was younger I did more. But that's how I started voice acting. I would be like in a car or just watching something and I'd try and do the voice. When I got my first lead in a series, which was Jakers, The Adventures of Piggy Wings. Thank you. Thank you so much. Did you watch it? Yeah, all right. I won an Emmy for it, people. Give me love. I also lost the Emmy to Eartha Kitt, whatever. Legend, whatever. She deserved it more, for sure. But I would listen to an Irish movie and I'd try and do the voices in the movie. And I nailed the kids, and then that's kind of what I used for the audition for that. And then I got the part, so. But celebrity, I got on the fly, maybe, yeah.
Who do you ship Naruto with the most?
Who do I ship Naruto with the most? Yeah, I get paid to talk. I don't know what's wrong with me. I think I might have had a mini stroke. Somebody help me. Is it a medic or a doctor? Narcan? I don't know. Is it Narcan? Who do I ship him? I don't know. I mean, Hinata? No. Sasuke? Sure. That's a really good looking pair. Those guys are hot. Yes.
So what exactly would it sound like if Naruto played Goku?
I don't watch that. I have no idea. I think Goku screams a lot. That's all I know. I really don't watch it. I don't. Sometimes I sit next to that guy, Sean, who plays him. I'm like, what is your show about anyway? We both wear orange, that's all I know. Yes.
When working with directors, what is a sign of a good director as an actor, and what do you want to see from your directors when they're directing you?
Oh man, no one's asking that. I want him to love me and stop talking. No, my director on Lab Rats, for the most part, there were two. Victor Gonzalez mostly, and then another guy named Guy, who was awesome. And one woman, sorry, I misspoke. There was another woman that directed me. I don't know, I mean, I think if they give you, like I had a director once that kept going, that's a 4, give me a 7. I was like, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Excuse me. Delete. Stop taping. Bleep. But it was driving me insane. So I went to the producer and I was like, I don't know what this means. I really don't know what this means. And so they actually talked to him, and then he changed the way he directed me. Because I really was like, I don't know what it means. Like, does that mean louder? You know? Does it mean faster, bigger, or smaller? I had a director once in my ear. He was from France, but he was in Montreal. And he was directing me on the phone, and I was in LA. And I heard him go from his office, in his car, home, eating dinner, in my ear, chewing. And then his kids were screaming in the background. And I was like, I'm gonna lose my mind. So don't do that. That was not good. But I think when they just give you a context is the best part. And they'll say like, you know, remember, he's just gone through this war, or he just lost Jiraiya, or whatever. Our directors are fantastic for Naruto. And I think that's why our show is so good and so popular. I think unlike some anime, and I don't know, but I think we really take a lot of time. And some anime is kind of rushed. But Naruto, they really did a good job of casting, and they did a really good job of directing. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn directed most of them, and she's amazing. And she's just thoughtful and could really put you in the right place. When I went from Naruto to Naruto Shippuden, it was a vocal change, but more than that, it was an adjustment of maturity. And that was reinforced by her to me, like in the booth, for a lot of the first part of Naruto Shippuden. It was like, now remember, you're not a kid anymore, you know? So that's some of it. Yeah, right there in the ear.
What's your drink of choice?
Ooh, yeah. My friend. I don't know, I enjoy a margarita or a vodka soda.
Nice.
I like a red wine. And this is iced tea, unsweet. It's like a cup of vodka. I'm kidding.
I know you're a professional, but But you worked with a lot of big names. Have you ever been sort of starstruck by anybody you worked with?
Have I ever been starstruck by anyone I work with? Well, Julie Andrews. Actually, I wasn't working with her. I was on the set. What was I doing? I was doing a movie, and she came in to get her makeup done because the guy that was doing my makeup was her makeup artist personally, and she was going to do a PSA, public service announcement. So she came in and sat beside me, and I was like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. And then I was on a plane with Ringo Starr, and I'm not a Beatles fan, but I mean, come on, Ringo Starr. No, I think if I were with Carol Burnett or something, I like musicians because I clearly listen to my voice. I can't sing, so if I met a bunch of them, like a bunch of musicians, and that's kind of fun. I have a lot of friends that are in the music industry. So when I meet someone like that, I haven't met Alice Cooper, but say hi to me. He's here. I'm not a fan of his. It doesn't matter. But
Stop recording.
Yeah, stop recording now. I'm not a fan of his. I just don't care. God, anybody I work with. I mean, I worked with Jim Carrey twice. He gave me a robe twice for the wrap gift. Someone will give you something. And I got 2 men's extra large robes. You know, 4, 11 and 3/4. That didn't work so well, but my brother enjoyed them. I am a big fan of Modern Family, and I wish I got to meet some of the other people because I think some of them are just amazing comedic actors. I've met a lot of SNL people because I know them, and that's kind of fun. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a movie, and I don't know. Yeah.
When you did auditions in person, have you ever felt like panicky or scared? How did you deal with it?
He asked when I did auditions in person, did I ever feel panicky and scared, and how did I deal with it? Yeah, of course. I felt nervous and scared and panicky. You just try and relax and channel that into energy rather than fear. I auditioned for Modern Family 7 times before I ever got it. I auditioned for the Gilmore Girls 8 times and never got it. And I know the casting people, and I knew the writers. And they would come see plays that I was in. And I was always nervous, because the writer of Gilmore Girls, she also has another show out now, but she's very exact with her words, so you have to nail the words. And that's very, very nerve-wracking. It's sort of about preparation, but sometimes they don't give you time to prepare. You know, you get the audition and they're like, 3 hours later you gotta go audition for, I did the Mindy Project, and I auditioned and I had a huge role in the final season, the 3rd to last episode, and they gave me almost no time to prepare. So you're just like, well, I'm just gonna feel the character and try and do the character and do the best I can do, and if they cast me, they cast me, and if they don't, they don't. And on the way home, they called me and they said, you're working tomorrow, 4:45 a.m., an hour away from my house, and I had to run and get costumes fitted. But you just kind of try and quell the nerves. I'm never nervous for animation auditions anymore, or commercial auditions, which I do all the time. But still TV and movie auditions. 500 Days of Summer, I auditioned, and it was very, I was in that movie, and I was very nervous for that audition, but I got it. I just kind of tried to chill. I think we have to wrap it up, so I'll take 2 more quick questions. It looks like people are coming in for a different panel. Yes, sir.
How many times do you think you yelled out Sasuke's name in the show?
You what?
How many times do you think you yelled out Sasuke's name in the show?
How many times do I think I yelled out Sasuke's name for the show? Sasuke! I don't know. The weird thing about it is, in Japan, Japanese, it's like, this phone is really nice. The thing I like about this phone is that this phone, and they always mention the names over again. I'm like, we know who you're talking to. It's like, Sasuke, I'm gonna go over there, Sasuke. And we don't do that in English. So yeah, probably 2 million times, I would say. One more question, I'm gonna leave. I think you guys are here for different panels, so I'm gonna split. Yeah.
I can't hear what?
What was your first career?
My first TV show, The Late Show with Greg Kinnear. He saw me in a play. He was doing his final episode, and he said, I'm going to have you on the show, and he wrote a part for me. And then I went, and I got my first commercial where I got my union card was for Supercuts. It's awesome.